Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Survivalschule.at. My name is Mike and today we are testing two different machetes. The first machete I want to show you and I want to try out is this bad boy here. This is the Assassin blade from Scott Wessex Blades. Bass Fury V, his YouTube nickname. Great channel, by the way. Take a look. This is hand forged from a spring steel of a truck and paracord wrapped handle, about 5 mil thick, good heft to it, and this is called the parang, or from the shape of the machete it's called the parang, you know. And because of the heft of the knife, it really bites deep into the wood. On the second hand, what we have here is an 18-inch Tramontina machete. Very thin blade. This is actually 2 mil thick, 18-inch blade length, and feels really nice in the hand. Bites amazingly deep into the woods because of the thin blade and the amount of power you can get into this blade. And the more I use those knives, those machetes, the more I like them. So let's chop a bit on some wood and see how they turn out and which one does great and which one does better. So stay tuned for more. Here's a closer look at the two blades we are testing now. At the front is the parang machete. I would say it's a parang style knife by Scott Wessex Blades. And so far it really works great. And at the back side you can see the 18-inch Tramontina machete, which also is a wonderful blade to use. This thing bites amazingly deep into wood. Look at the thickness of the blade. You really feel the heft and the weight of it. And you also can pry like this. And by looking at the chips you get out of this blade, wow, this is a handful of chip right there. Great blade. Love it. Now for the Tramontina 18-inch. Let's test it side by side. Well, as you can see, prying is not a good idea with this knife. And once it gets stuck in the wood, you have to either pull down the handle or get it out this way. And as you can see, it really bites deep in the wood. and the chips of the machete are also really big chunks. The good thing about a thin blade is that it also swings very well and it is very light in the hand, but cuts like the thick blade one, like the assassin prang. And if you want, you can get really nice shavings right with both knives by, as you can see, whacking them in a horizontal way. What makes machetes also very useful is that you can use them as a draw knife by simply grab it with your second hand at the top and push it towards you. So in this way you can get coals like this and flatten out a piece of wood very easily. This may come in handy when you make yourself a boat drill kit and you need a flat board where your spindle is set into. So there you have a very flat piece of wood. Can make yourself a board very easy. And yeah, I like machetes. With the Tramontina blade I've rounded the edges at the first, I would say 4 inches from the tip, just to make sure there is no sharp edge when I hold it in this manner to use it as a draw knife. The rest of the blade I've sharpened convex, so there is a convex edge on this machete, and you can choke up on the knife because the first, I would say, 1.5 inches are not sharpened, so you can put 2 fingers right there and have an edge, a very fine edge to work with when you are cutting some wood or doing some carving. Even with a machete this size you can work detailed and carve also small things, but when you are using 18-inch machete or I don't know, around 12-inch big knife, you should be able, or you should have, I should say, you should have a small knife with you as a companion knife to the big knife. Machete, all in all, works great for shelter building, making yourself firewood, maybe digging in some sand if you need to, and chop anything up. You can also kill animals with this. So a big knife is a great winner when it comes to all around camp use in a, I would say, survival situation. but you can also use the machete to clear the path where you walk through. And this is a very important thing, because sometimes you are blocked by debris and brush and all this stuff, and you can get through it. So let's see how both machetes work with batoning. Some people say you shouldn't baton with a machete because of the small spine of the knife. Well, I tell you, I've tried it, I've done it, and it works. So for me this is not an issue. This is a really hard piece of wood, frozen, solid to the bone. And I think that the parang machete will do the job a bit better than the small Tramontina machete because of the blade thickness. So the thickness of 5 mil from the spine really helps when it comes to batoning. Broke already my baton. Nice job. Let's try the machete next. Same piece of wood. Same small baton. When you are batoning with a machete, you should do it in the first third of the blade, near to the tip, because there the most shock which is coming from batoning is absorbing by the blade, and the least amount of shock will get to the handle. Get off this piece here. Broke my baton again. Need another one. New baton, new luck. Broke the new one also, but tell you what, I'm through. And that's the important thing. A machete is not the tool to baton with, but if you have to, you can do it. And for me, that's important. Let's test carving next. Well, of course, carving is not the strength of a machete. Therefore you should have a small companion knife. But if you have to, let's get this in frame. If you have to, you can do so. And you can create yourself feathers really easy. Pranked it very well because of the convex edge, good sharpness, good hardened steel. Now for the Tramontina. Choke up on this blade. And even with an 18-inch knife, you can do very fine curls. If you have to. That's the exact point, if you have to. Better is of course small knife, but if a machete is the only tool you have, It works out very well. Let's talk about some modifications I've done. I've squared off this unsharpened part here to have a sharp edge for the fire steel. Rounded the spine near to the tip so I can get a better hold of it. And yeah, that's all I've done. Just sharpened it a bit of convex. That's it. This is an amazing tool. So hope you liked the video. The small look at two great machetes. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Appreciate all your comment, views and support. Until the next time, have fun.